Hey everybody, and welcome back to Slowpoke Racing and the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Eldridge Air Conditioning. And welcome back to the absolute mayhem, which is the Mustang League on a Saturday. NASCAR themed. Well, the liveries anyway, they're all NASCAR themed, and well, the driving's like the NASCAR as well. It is absolutely crazy. This is race 3. We're over in Japan at the high-speed ring on the reverse layout. 2.7 miles of tarmac ahead of us with 6 turns on it. And yeah, if you've not watched the first 2 races, I suggest you go back, you get yourself your favourite snacks, your popcorn, your crisp, your biscuits, whatever it is, get a good drink, and you will love it. This is race 3, and well, the first 2 races were 15 minutes. This is a 30-minute race, so these guys really are glutton for punishment. And wow, I think my voice will be gone by the end of this one, because it is so much fun watching these guys around this track. Let's just have a look, shall we, and see where they are for the moment on the grid. I know they won't stay there, but hey, we'll have a look anyway. Mika, the new guy on the block, is in pole position. Silly Shot is second. Hoggy is third, Ninky is fourth. Then we've got Willard in fifth, the Saint 6th. Carlsberg is 7th. Stealth 8th on the grid. Axel 9th, Daddy Dims 10, Mr. Hoyland 11th, Phaser 12th, Rufus 13th, with Taff in 14th for now. So back to the normal camera, and wow, what a great shot. Let's get this race underway, shall we? So 30 minutes of absolute madness and mayhem in front of us, and there's the klaxon, and away they go. A bit of a squirrel there from Mika very early doors. I'm not sure what that was about, but he leads us across the line as everybody lines up behind him, trying to pick up the slipstream. Silly Shot just dropping in behind him, with Hoggy still in third as we come around turn 1, and let's see who's going to crash first. Well, nobody. They're all very well behaved, aren't they? Just for a change, into the tunnel as Phaser has a look at making a move on on Daddy Dims. Oh, I call him Mr. So Daddy Dims then dropping down to 13th, just in front of Taff. Taff is going to have a good old look at him. The 2 shiny cars at the back. Oh, as Taff almost lost it on the exit of turn 4, just got too much tyre on the curb, did Taff. So he needs to get a bit of a hurry up to catch up to the guys in front so he can pick up the slipstream. There we go. I don't think he's that far away. So out in front, Silly Shot has put himself on. Well, he's got himself ahead of Mika, hasn't he? So Mika drops down as Silly Shot moves up into the lead of this race, but Mika is picking up the slipstream, and he's just going to sit behind him. Now, I'm not sure if there's going to see any pit stops in this race. If we do, it'll probably be to put a complete new body on the car, because they really do like to smash them up, these Mustangs. But Mika, at the minute, just quite happy to follow Silly Shot around. Then we've got Hoggy in third. He's got Ninky in Eleanor chasing him down, with Willard trying to go around the outside. Well, Willard on the inside now. No, he's not. He's just slotted back in behind Ninky again as they come around turn 4. Willard just sniffing around the rear end of Ninky's Mustang and putting a bit of pressure on him. In fact, let's go on board with Ninky, shall we? We're on lap 2, and we're just coming around turn 5. A quick look behind us, and there's Willard sniffing around as Ninky gets ever closer to Hoggy. Really is planting his foot down on the noisy pedal all the way around turn 6. He's having a bit of a look, isn't he, around the outside of Hoggy. I'm not so sure Ninky actually wants to make the move. I think he's quite happy to sit behind Hoggy at the minute. Now then, is he going to get him a little bit of a bumper kiss there? A bit of a, I forget what you call it now. It'll come to me in a minute. But that's exactly what they're doing, and it's the right thing to do, actually, to catch up to the guys in front. As long as it's done properly and you don't just slam into the back of the guy in front of you. You're okay. Willard there in 5th, and these guys seem to have broken away actually. Mr. Hoyland in 6th. Bit of a gap between him and Ninky as we come out of the tunnel into turn 3. Then into turn 4, and we're going to be looking at crossing that bridge now as we exit turn 4. It is still Silly Shot out in front. A little bit of gap opening up as well. Mika is in 2nd, Hoggy is 3rd with Ninky in 4th, and we're riding on board with Ninky just for the moment. Willard is there sitting in 5th, following all the action, waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake. Bump drafting, there you go, it's called bump drafting. I knew it'd come to me. And that's what the guys are doing. Close this down. That's what the guys were doing to try and catch up to Silly Shot in front. Oops, press the wrong button again. Let's just have a look at this Eleanor car. That's a fantastic looking car. He's done a good job on that, Ninky. You've even got the right wheels on it as well. So well done to you. Obviously it's the wrong model of Mustang, but colouring's okay, I like it. So Silly Shot then out in front by some margin actually, especially after the first 2 races. I thought they were going to be a lot closer than this. Maybe they've turned the boost off or eased it. Now then, they really are powering through the fuel, aren't they? You can see that Silly Shot already used half a tank, well nearly used half a tank, and we're only, well, we're not even 5 minutes into this race. Are the rest of the guys the same? Yes, they are. So they really are ploughing through the fuel. Mika in 2nd, Hoggy in 3rd. Everybody about the same with the fuel-wise. Ninky in 4th, just over half a tank. Willard in 5th. He's caught up to these guys. Well, no, he didn't catch it. He was always there, wasn't he? It is Stealth in 6th. It was Mr. Hoyland, but Stealth has got his self up there into 6th and is on the chase. Now then, Mr. Hoyland really needs to work with Stealth now. Bit of bump drafting to try and catch up to the guys in front. Let's just see if Mr. Hoyland decides to do that, or is he going to just try and make a move on Stealth. He is in the slipstream, is Mr. Hoyland. No, he's going to have a look. He wants to make the move. He wants to make a race of it. Doesn't want to work together. He's just going to go for it and make the move on Stealth, and there we go. He's moved up into 6th. So will Stealth work with Mr. Hoyland? A quick look behind, and then we've got Carlsberg battling away with Taff. The Saint is in there as well. Had an unlucky couple of races as the Saint, but he's there and thereabouts now. He's intense, just minding his own business, trying to stay out of trouble. Just watching Carlsberg and Taff have a bit of a battle at the minute, waiting for those two to have a comment. Oh, as the Saint, the back end comes round on him, and he has a bit of a kiss with Barrier, but he's managed to get himself back on track and moving again very quickly. That could have been a lot worse. He could have ended up facing the wrong way, couldn't he? But he's in 11th now, lost the place to Axel. Axel goes through, says thank you very much, gives him a wave as he passes. So Axel up to 10th. Phaser in 12th. Had a good couple of races, hasn't he, Phaser? So he's all the way down in 12th. Not sure what's happening with him. Rufus as well in 13th. And then Daddy Dims at the back at the minute in 14th, and really getting through the fuel is Daddy Dims. Rufus does like to burn through the fuel, doesn't he? So no surprising that Rufus is just about to approach quarter of a tank. Look at the state of the front of that car. The guys in the body shop couldn't really get it repaired. Well, they've got it sort of the dents knocked out ready for this race, but they couldn't get the respray done on it, unless he's caused that one on this race already. As he tries to go around the outside at turn 3 after the tunnel, he's alongside Phaser, and then it is on the inside into turn 4. The Saint just in their way at the minute, providing a bit of slipstream. So the Saint leading this little group of 3 with Phaser chasing him down. Phaser now moves to the inside as they go into turn 5. It looks like Phaser's got the job done. He has. Phaser moves forward through and up into 11th. Rufus has also followed him through and gone into 12th, with the Saint dropping now down to 13th. He got a bit mugged there, didn't he, by the 2 guys in front of him. He's just going to stick with them though and stay in the slipstream, I'm sure, and get a nice tow down this long straight. Just over 1,000 metres the straight from the exit of 6 into the entry of turn 1. Right in front then, Silly Shot by some margin actually. He's really opened up a gap, but it is costly. He's going through the fuel, as is the rest of them. Mika used slightly more actually, so I suppose Silly Shot is in a position where he can now start to consider a bit of fuel saving. Mika though, not sparing the horses one little bit, really getting through the fuel. Hoggy a little bit better actually. He's got bang on a quarter of a tank, as Ninky, well, a little bit less. So we are looking at pit stops then. Willard in 5th, just at the back of this group of 4 that are chasing Silly Shot. It is Mika, Hoggy, Ninky and then Willard all on the chase. And none of them really, they're not working together, are they? They should be bump drafting. As it looks like Willard and Ninky go side by side, both trying to pick up the slipstream of Hoggy just in front of them. Hoggy in the meantime trying to pick up the slipstream from Mika, as Willard now moves up into 4th and Ninky drops down to 5th. So a good move from Willard there, using the slipstream well, but Ninky's just glued himself to the rear bumper of Willard's Mustang. Now the fuel light's starting to flash. Is it the same for everybody? Yes, it is. So we're going to see a mad dash into the pits. It is going to get very, very busy in that pit lane. And let's just make sure they all pull up to the right pit crew, as Silly Shot comes around turn 5. He's got one more turn to go and then he'll make a dive into the pits, as will everybody behind him, because they've all got the fuel lights flashing now. Now then, let's just see if anybody is going to run out of fuel. Willard, where is Rufus? He normally runs out of fuel. Let's have a look. Rufus all the way down the back. No, Rufus has already made his stop. So Rufus came in a lap early and has already stopped, as did Daddy Dims. Now then, Silly Shot is into the pits. He's going to be followed by Mika and Hoggy. No, Hoggy stayed out. Hoggy can get one more lap out of that tank, he thinks. So he now moves up into the lead of this race, as Silly Shot, Mika, Willard, Ninky, Carlsberg, Stealth, the rest of them all come diving into the pits. Mr. Hoyland is in as well. Phaser has stayed out. He's going to get one more. He's been saving his fuel. So Phaser now moves up into 2nd, as Silly Shot just exits the pit. He just couldn't get out quick enough, could he? So Silly Shot made his stop and has rejoined in 3rd, just behind Phaser, but Phaser has got to stop. So Silly Shot will resume, or rather take that position away from Phaser and Hoggy, actually, because Hoggy, well, he's really got to start keeping an eye on that fuel now. Hoggy stayed out, so Hoggy and Phaser stayed out, but they are to pit. So Silly Shot will resume the lead of this race. Mika back out in 4th at the minute with Willard and Ninky. So places where they were before resumed. Let's just have a look and see. Hoggy, well, Hoggy's run out of fuel, so he's going to limp his way back to the pit lane. Is he going to get in? Yes, he is. So Hoggy just made it. Phaser the same. He's just about going to make it back to the pit lane. He's being harassed by Silly Shot, but Silly Shot knows that Phaser's got to go into the pit. So I think he's just picking up a bit of slipstream and save a few thimblefuls of fuel himself. So those two guys in, as everybody else is going to go screaming by and resume the positions they were in before, as Mika takes up P2. Then we've got Hoggy. Oh no, Hoggy back out on track. So Hoggy, well, that was a fast fill, wasn't it? Hoggy rejoins in 5th as Willard and Ninky go through. So Hoggy, he has lost a couple of places, but he's still in that group of 4 guys chasing Silly Shot. So Hoggy back out now in 5th. Carlsberg rejoined it in 6th. Stealth is in 7th. Mr. Hoyland in 8th. He's having a fight with Rufus, who's pitted a little bit earlier, didn't he? So he started to get through his fuel again, as Rufus, well, he's dropped down to 9th. He's having this little battle with Mr. Hoyland, the pair of them. Let's go on board with Rufus, shall we? as we come around turn 4. Rufus having a bit of a look up the inside, but nothing doing there. Quick look behind us, and Phaser is there, intent but not putting under any pressure at the minute. So Rufus concentrating hard on the rear end of Mr. Hoyland as Mr. Hoyland takes the high road through turn 5. Rufus a little bit tighter through there, and yeah, good work from Rufus. Bit of the old bump drafting to try and catch up to the guys in front. Mr. Hoyland, I'm not sure he likes that. He's actually moving about a bit to try and stop it, but maybe he doesn't realise what Rufus is trying to do. Just giving him a little nudge, a bit of a boost of speed. It helps Rufus as well because he's in the slipstream, and they can push a little bit harder to catch up to Stealth in front. He's having his own little fight with Carlsberg, so while he's battling away with Carlsberg, Mr. Hoyland and Rufus could start drawing them in and catching up, and that's exactly what's happening, I think. As we come around turn 2 into the tunnel, a quick look behind, and that bump drafting really is working, is it? Because Phaser is dropping off. As we come around turn 3 into turn 4, it is Mr. Hoyland in 8th with Rufus in 9th, and there just ahead we have got Carlsberg harassing Stealth, I believe it is. Let's get out of there and leave Rufus alone for a minute. Yeah, it is Stealth in 6th, and being harassed by Carlsberg. But let's have a look up at the top, and Silly Shot, well, what a gap he's got. He's just got to keep it on the tarmac, he's just got to keep it clean. We are just approaching the halfway mark of this third and final race in the Mustang Mayhem that is unfolding in front of us. And Silly Shot looking very comfortable actually now. He's just got to, like I say, keep it nice and straight and on the grey stuff. Mika in second. He's got a nice little bit of a breathing space between himself and Ninky. And Ninky doing a good job so far in third, although Willard is all over the back of him. So Willard looking at making a move soon. He's definitely into the slipstream, as is Hoggy. So they all start to spread out, but these three still very close to each other. And it's when they get around turn 5, that's where the slipstream starts to kick in. It is foot on the noisy pedal for a long way until they get at least halfway around turn 1. So let's have a look as Willard makes the move, and Willard moves up into third. Ninky goes very high and then drops back down again to slot in behind Willard. So Hoggy now just needs to push to get onto the back of Ninky. Has a good old sniff around there, and then he can make his move as well and move up behind Willard, but it looks like Ninky may make the move on Willard instead. Let's go on board with Ninky. Into turn 1 we go. Quick look behind then. Hoggy's there and thereabouts. Willard goes very wide into the turn, but then cuts across, and yeah, very neatly done, the pair of them. Good corner from Willard, and a good corner from Ninky. Willard goes up a little bit defensive, no need to really. Ninky wasn't close enough to him, but now Ninky on the inside as they come around turn 3 into turn 4. Willard trying to hold that inside line, but Ninky's got the better entry in there, but cannot capitalise on it. And he's having to slot in behind Willard again as they move up toward turn 5. Hoggy getting a little bit closer to these two as they fight it out for that third podium spot. And Ninky tucked right underneath Willard's rear derriere for now. Let's just follow him through turn 6. Is he going to make a move, or is he going to do the bump drafting and try and push to get onto the back of Mika? They can just see the orange car of Mika ahead. Is Ninky going to make a move, or is he going to push him? Yeah, he's going to give him a little nudge, and that's what they need to do to catch. Oh, now then. The brake lights of Willard's car suddenly came on, and I don't think Ninky was expecting that. And I think it was a case of Willard saying, well, I've done enough of the pushing the air out of the way, you dropping behind me, it's your turn to lead, and I shall slipstream you. So that's exactly what's happened. Ninky now moves up into third. Willard has tucked in behind him, but look at Hoggy. He has managed to catch right up to the back of the pair of them, and he is going to be picking up almost a double slip as they come out of turn 5. Well, let's just have a look and see what's happening behind. Rufus in 6th with Stealth in 7th. He's got Mr. Hoyland really pushing him, so Stealth can't relax for the minute, can he? He's getting a bit of a slip from Rufus, and which may help just keep him ahead of Mr. Hoyland as they come around turn 6. But I think Mr. Hoyland is a bit eager and a bit keen to get by Stealth. He's having a look, isn't he, on the left and the right, and as Rufus is into the pits. Remember, he did pit a lap earlier than everybody else, so Rufus is back into the pits now. Now, who else was it that came in? I can't remember. Was it, I don't know. But Rufus is in the pits, and I've not even been looking at the fuel. Silly shot. Let's have a look. Just about quarter of a tank. So there is going to be another pit stop then. I thought Rufus was just burning through his fuel, but no, there is going to be another pit stop. So Silly Shot out in front, he's very comfortable at the minute. Mika in 2nd, he's not under a great deal of pressure either, so he can afford to just trot round and be careful, although the fuel light is on for Mika, so Mika could well be coming into the pit lane. I don't think Silly Shot will. He's got more than enough to keep going, so Silly Shot will probably stay out for one more lap. We'll just follow him past the pit entry. There we go. Yeah, he's not coming in, is he? Mika, the fuel light is on and flashing, so I think he needs to come in. He's not going to do a Hoggy, is he, and stay out but and run out of fuel? No, he's not. So Mika is coming in. So P2 into the pits. Willard, he's going to stay out, so he's going to go for one more lap. He now moves up into P2. He's followed by Ninky and Hoggy. Hoggy has got a lot more fuel. He pitted a lap later than these guys. So Silly Shot, Willard and Ninky have all got a cut. No, Silly Shot's, has he been in? I can't remember. He's been, no, he's not. Or has he? Oh, I can't remember now. I think Silly Shot's got to come in. Yeah, Silly Shot's got to come in. Willard and Ninky definitely have got to come in. Hoggy, he can stay out for a little bit longer. I'm not so sure he's going to make it to the end of the race, but he's okay for now. Mr. Hoyland has definitely got to come into the pits. Phaser can stay out. He pitted a little bit later as well. Then we've got Carlsberg. Mika down in 8th now. Mika has just made his final pit stop and has rejoined in 8th. Full tank of, well, almost a full tank of fuel. No tyre change. Doesn't look like the tyre wear is on, actually. The tyre wear is not going down because this track actually destroys tyres. And it was probably a wise thing to do to turn off the tyre wear. Because they would have just got through after about 2 laps. So a wise thing to do to keep the tyre wear off. Let's have a look. Ninky is into the pits. Willard is into the pits. Hoggy moves up into P2 now. He will have one more stop to make. Silly Shot, he will be coming in at the end of this lap, our current race leader. Decent gap though back to Hoggy. Phaser in 3rd now. However, he will have to make one more stop as well. Mika, who has made his final stop, has moved up into 4th. So he should be able to resume his position in behind Silly Shot in P2 once all the pit stops have been done. So Hoggy and Phaser have both got to come in again. Willard in 5th now, having made his final stop. So are the rest of the guys. So Ninky in 6th. Then we've got Rufus in 7th. Mr. Hoyland in 8th with Stealth just behind him in 9th. Then we've got Carlsberg. Axel in 11th. We've got the Saint just coming out of the pits. He's going to rejoin in 12th, I think he is, as Taff tries to catch up with him. Taff out of the pits in 13th, having made his final stop. Then we've got Daddy Dims. He's made his final stop as well, down in 14th, as our race leader is in the pits and getting a full tank of fuel. Back out again to rejoin this race in 2nd spot. It looks like he's going to rejoin in 2nd. Hoggy carries on through, but Hoggy has got one more stop to make. Unless he can stretch that. Well, he's just under a quarter of tank of fuel. I'm not so sure he's going to stretch that to the end of the race. He is definitely fuel saving, but I don't think he's going to save that much. Silly Shot then in second. Let's have a look. Where is Hoggy? Well, he's not that far away, is he? So Silly Shot with a full tank of fuel can afford to not spare the horses. He's going to give it everything he's got to catch up to the back of Hoggy. Maybe Hoggy is going to try and get to the end of the race. What have we got? 7 minutes, just under 7 minutes to go. I really don't think he's going to do it. Phaser in third at the minute. Well, his fuel light is flashing, so he's going to have to pull into the pits at the end of this lap. Then we've got Mika in fourth. He's going to move up into P3, maybe even P2 if Hoggy has to come in. Let's have a look what's happening behind. We've got a battle between Ninky and Willard for P5. P5 currently occupied by Willard, but Ninky is all over him, and then Rufus in seventh trying to catch up to the back of these guys. He wants to get in on the action, doesn't he? And there we go, Phaser into the pits. Now they're not changing tyres, so it is just fuel. That's why the pit stops are so quick. There's no tyre change. It is bang straight into the fuel. Is he putting it? Yes, he is putting some in. Well then, let's have a look at Hoggy. Yeah, Hoggy's going to have to come in. We didn't think he'd make it to the end of the race, did we? As he's just about to lap. Who is it? He's lapping there. It's Daddy Dims. So Hoggy goes by Daddy Dims. Daddy Dims just moves out of the way and lets Hoggy go through. But Hoggy is going to have to come into the pits now to get some fuel. Silly Shot not that far behind him, so Silly Shot will resume the lead of this race, and Mika will move up into P2. Willard at the minute in fourth, having a good old fight with Ninky and Rufus. These three really battling away, having so much fun out there, I'm sure. But it is a fight for the podium between these three, and any one of them can get on there. We have about 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes of this final race to go here in Tokyo at the high-speed ring. Hoggy into the pits, the race leader. It is going to be interesting to see where he comes out as Silly Shot goes through. Now then, Mika currently sitting in third. Keep your eye on the fuel going into Hoggy's car. Probably doesn't need a full tank, but it looks like Mika's going to get through. There we go, 90 litres, 90 gallons, 90 buckets, whatever it is. I'm not sure what the measurement is actually for the fuel that goes in, but Mika goes through to resume P2. Then Hoggy back out in third. It has worked out for him, hasn't it? He was having a bit of a fight with Willard and Ninky at one point, fighting for 5th and 6th. You can just see Willard behind, so Hoggy out in third with about 4.5 minutes of this race to go. Willard in fourth. Was hoping to get up onto the podium. He's got to catch up to the back of Hoggy if he wants to get on the podium and have a sip of champagne. He's going to have to rely on Ninky actually. Ninky needs to work with him and do a bit of bump drafting to catch up to Hoggy, who is not that far ahead. Will Ninky oblige and help Willard out, or is he going to go for a move? Let's go on board with Ninky, shall we, and see what he does as we just about to enter into turn 6, the 6th and final turn before crossing that start finish straight. Now then, Ninky, you just need to give Willard a bit of a nudge. Use the bump drafting, use the slipstream to catch up to the back of Hoggy if either of you two want to get on the podium. Let's have a look at the time. There is probably another 2 or 3 laps to go, and no, Ninky having a bit of a look up the inside of Willard as they go into turn 1. Willard closes the door on him. Ninky just slots in behind again, a quick look behind us, and Phaser's there, but he is not causing any trouble at the minute. So Ninky concentrating on trying to get past Willard. Really, he needs to be concentrating on working with Willard to try and catch up to the back of Hoggy to have a bit of a dash to the line then. Because at the minute, while these two are fighting for P4, Hoggy is having a way on his toes. So we'll get out and leave them alone. Hoggy in P3 at the minute. Now then, he's caught right up to the back of Mika. What has happened to Mika? He was sitting quite comfortably, wasn't he, in P2? So it looks like he's going to get onto the podium, but it's which step is he going to be on? Because Hoggy is closing him down very, very quickly. I'm just going to have a look at the fastest lap at the minute. The fastest guy out there at the minute is Rufus with a 1:15.3. So that's a great lap from Rufus. Let's have a look. Where is he? Rufus is in 10th. Well, he did that lap a long while ago, didn't he? So Rufus all on his lonesome in 10th. So there's going to be no fast laps from him. He's not picking up any slipstreams whatsoever. Carlsberg in 9th. They're all pretty spread out now, aren't they? As Carlsberg, no, Carlsberg and Stealth are having a good old fight. Carlsberg in the slipstream of Stealth and dives to the inside as they go into turn 1. Stealth going to go all the way around the outside and managed to hold on to it. Carlsberg, nothing doing for him. He did have a look, didn't he? But the tighter line is probably not the way to go into turn 1. And Stealth manages to hold on to P8, and Carlsberg just slots in behind him again as they come out of the tunnel into the sunshine of Japan, and around turn 4 now, heading across the bridge. Let's have a look. We've already seen Rufus in 10th, Axel in 11th. He's all on his lonesome as well. Taff in 12th with the Saint, and Daddy Dims down in 13th and 14th. Silly Shot also somebody on his own, and looks like he's got this race pretty sewn up actually. Oh, and the battle now, that we've just caught it right, the battle is on. Hoggy is absolutely on to Mika. He's having a right good sniff around the rear end of that Mustang of Mika's, and Hoggy is just driving out of his skin, isn't he? Whether Mika has made a mistake and we've missed it, I'm not sure, but Hoggy, what a fantastic drive from him, and he's going all the way around the outside as well. It seems to be the favoured line into turn 1. It seems to be the fastest line in turn 1. Everybody that's took the inside line has lost a place as Hoggy now moves up into second. What a fantastic recovery from Hoggy. I thought he was going to be stuck down in 4th and 5th and racing with Willard and Rufus at one point. I think it was Rufus, but no, Hoggy up into second, and he's actually pulling a gap. Well, there you go. I think the reason is Mika is actually fuel saving. The light is on. We are into the last 10 seconds. Now then, Silly Shot, he's going to cross the line. He's getting a free tow from the Saint. Hoggy up into second. Plenty of fuel. That is the problem then. Mika has been fuel saving, and they are going to finish now. So Silly Shot, one more lap then. Hoggy could well be the first to finish, or is it going to be Daddy Dims across the line first? There we go. Hoggy then across the line to take second position. Great race from Hoggy. Unlucky for Mika. The fuel let him down at the end. Phaser in 4th. Then we've got Willard. Ninky in 6th. Mr. Hoyland in 7th. Carlsberg just ahead of Stealth in 8th. Rufus gets 10th. With Axel, he will finish in 11th with Taft just behind him in 12th. Now then, where is our race leader? Come on, find him, find him. There he is. So our race leader, well, race winner, because everybody else has finished. Silly Shot, almost a lap of everybody, ahead of everybody. Around the final turn then goes Silly Shot. A brilliant win from him. He will be pleased with that, and just enough fuel to cross the line. So well done to Silly Shot to take the win. Well, fantastic racing on. I'm not sure where we are next week, but I'm sure it is going to be just as much fun as what we've just seen here. If you've enjoyed the races, please hit that like button. I will be back next week for some more Mustang mayhem. In the meantime, take care, and I shall